Today's question comes from Michael in Florida. I'm recently faced with a dilemma for baby step 5. I'm currently in the position where I can either take $30,000 and put it in a prepay plan for my state, Florida, or take that money and invest it in a 529 plan. College prepaid plan has the positives of locking in the future cost of college tuition at today's rate, but has the downsides that if my daughter chooses to go out of state, that the prepay plan will only cover the equivalent cost of in-state tuition. While the 529 plan, I will have to consider what the cost of tuition is starting in 2034. Which plan fits closest with the Ramsey plan?
We tell people never do prepaid college. Never. You've identified one of the reasons. Your daughter might choose to go out of state. She also might choose to go to trade school. She also might choose a lot of different things. The other reason, anytime you prepay anything, like for instance a funeral or tuition or anything, over a long period of time, your rate of return on your money, your interest rate, if you will, is the inflation rate of that item. So if you prepaid bread, what you would make, you put $1,000 in bread, you prepaid your bread bill before, and you get free bread, the rest, because you bought it ahead of time for 5 years, okay? However much bread goes up, if it goes up 4% a year, then you're making 4% on your money. If it goes up 18% a year, you're making 18% on your money. College tuition has, for the last 75 years, averaged 7.2%. So that's what you would average on your money. And mutual funds have averaged 11.5% to 12%. The stock market has. So, A, you're not making as much as you would on good mutual funds in a regular 529, like we tell you to buy. B, she could go out of state. And here's one we could add to this. This is the whole higher ed discussion right now. How many of you think out there in America today, raise your hands, we want to see them. How many of you think that with the epic student loan crisis that we have, and then the fact that colleges attempted to charge the same tuition to put people through online classes during COVID, and now even when they're going back to school, they're having a less than stellar experience in many cases. The campuses are out of control in a lot of cases. How many of you think that college is, it's kind of under attack? Like, I think higher ed's, this idea that they went for about 50 years, they could charge whatever they wanted to charge, but now everybody suddenly thinks they suck.
That was exactly my thought, is I'm not sure that college is going to look the same in 15 years, and I don't think it should.
No.
I don't think it should. The system's
broken. Even
broken.
if it does, I don't think it's going to cost as much.
Right. That's exactly what I'm saying.
I don't think it's going to go up 7% faster than anything else has gone up like it has been. I think those days are done because people are tired of being screwed price-wise by higher ed. And so I think there's going to be some marketplace pressure on their ability to increase tuition hand over fist, which means your prepayment might only make 4% rather than 7%.
I think COVID woke everyone up.
Yep.
Now everybody's going, hey, wait a minute. Why are we just blindly accepting these prices and doing whatever it takes to pay it? That doesn't make a whole lot of sense. Now, that being said, I definitely think, obviously we all believe saving for college is important. But the prepaid plan specifically really lock you in versus a traditional 529. There's a lot more flexibility there.
If higher ed is not able to continue their price increases, your return on investment here is going to be nominal. And that's a new thing that I've never said before, because I always felt like tuition was just going to keep going up, and I was right; it kept going up. But they've had a little bit of a perfect storm hit them between people waking up with Borrowed Future and the documentary that's #1 documentary last year. And we're teaching people that stirring up a ruckus in America that all degrees are not good degrees. A degree in left-handed puppetry for $250,000 is stupid. Stupid.
Yep.
And everybody's starting to say that out loud now because you end up, working, I don't know, $250,000 in student loan debt and working as a barista because you can't get a job because the thing you studied, nobody gives a crap about. You got a degree in, German polka history or something, and then you wonder why America doesn't owe you a living.
Well, people are also waking up to the fact that you don't have to go to a $50,000 or $75,000 school to be successful in life. Like, that is not a golden ticket.
Yep.
Like, it's not a guarantee just because, you went to XYZ fancy school that you're automatically going to get the big expensive job. Like, that's just not guaranteed.
Starting to realize that, I went to the doctor this morning. I have no idea whether that lady graduated from college.
She may have started her first 2 years at community college.
I do not know where she got her MD. But I left there, much better off medically. That's why I went. So there you go. I do not know where my dentist went to school. I have no idea. I have all my teeth, but I don't know where he went to school. So.
Well, and here's the thing. I don't want to knock fancy private schools.
I do.
I mean, I went to Vanderbilt. I love Vanderbilt.
You went to Vanderbilt for free.
Right.
Okay.
And that's my point is get the best education you can afford. If you can get a full ride to Vanderbilt, if you can get a full ride to an Ivy League school, great. But if you can't afford that, there's no shame there. And you can get a great education and a great job going to community college first, then transferring to a public university. Like, where you go to school is not what's going to make you successful. You are what makes you successful.
Ding, ding. There's a secret sauce right there. Preach it, sister. I like it. That's how it works.
I love that the education system is getting challenged. I hope we're having a totally different conversation 10 years from now about all the change that's happened.
Well, I mean, anytime you have blind acceptance of something, then you get blind people that accept it. I mean, that's just, oh, God. So, yeah, it's, and the stupid butt stuff you people are allowing to go on these campuses in the name of whatever. Good Lord. Who wants to send your child into the cesspool like that?
But, Dave, a college needs a rock wall and a lazy river.
Yeah.
For $20,000 extra dollars a year. Ugh.
So, answer to your question, Michelle or Michael, is 529 where you pick the mutual funds and they don't move unless you move them. And you do that with your SmartVestor Pro. You do not do prepaid college because you're locked into one certain state. You do not do prepaid college because you are locked into college. Your daughter might want to be a computer coder, and you don't need 4 years of college to do that. You need code school to do that. It's a different thing. So that's and we do not know what's going to happen to higher ed. I do not think education is bad. But I do not think all education has a marketplace value either. As a matter of fact, I'm positive German polka history does not have a marketplace value. The only job there is for German polka history is teaching other people German polka history. That's the only job there is. And so it's a pretty narrow, nuanced thing. I'm not even sure it's an actual degree, but it's kind of fun to make fun of it. So anyway, but yeah. So that's the point. So, but it is a 4-year business degree a good idea if you're going to be in business? You bet. You're going to learn a lot of good stuff. So all education is not bad. We're not throwing the baby out with the bathwater, but I'm just telling you, this baby's in trouble. It's been misbehaving. And so I would not do prepaid college ever, but for sure in this environment, I wouldn't do it.